welcome to the subject Database Management System. Today's session is session number 28 and the topic is the Relational Data Model and Introduction. Students, till now we have studied chapter number 1, chapter number 2 and chapter number 3. Chapter number 4 from the textbook is not part of your syllabus. So after chapter 3 there is chapter 5, so don't get confused. So we'll begin with the topic the Relational Data Model Introduction. Point number 1, this chapter covers relational databases. There are other databases like network hierarchical databases, which we call as legacy databases, but that is not part of your syllabus. Part of your syllabus is relational databases. The relational data model was first introduced by Ted Codd, a person of IBM Research in 1970 in a classic paper called 1970. And it attracted immediate attention due to its simplicity and mathematical foundation. Students, first relational data model concept was introduced by Ted Codd, a professional working for IBM Research. He introduced this concept in 1970 in a classic paper that was titled as Codd 1970. It was very simple and it has got good mathematical foundation, so it was found to be very useful. Point number 3. The model uses the concepts of mathematical relation, which looks somewhat like a table of values as its basic building block and has its theoretical basis in set theory and first order predicate logic. Students, this relational data model has got its mathematical base in the set theory. So it is a building block of this relational database. Point number 4. In this chapter, we discuss the basic characteristics of the model and its constraints. Commercial implementation of relational data model. Students, although we have got very good concepts and theoretical aspects, it should be practically possible and hence commercial production should also be available. Then only it will be widely accepted by people in the society. So we'll study commercial implementation of the relational data model. Point number 1. The first commercial implementation of the relational data model became available in early 1980s. Students, the paper was presented in 1970 and the commercial implementation of relational model became available after one decade, that is in 1980s, such as SQL DS system on the MUS operating system by IBM and Oracle DBMS. So two people came out. One is IBM with SQL DS database systems and Oracle. Point number 2. Since then, the model has been implemented in a large number of commercial systems as well as a number of open source systems. Point number 3. Continuing further, commercial implementation of relational data model. Point number 3. Current popular commercial relational DBMS, that is database management systems, are RDMS, include DB2 from the IBM group, Oracle from the Oracle group, Sybase DBMS is from the SAP group, and SQL Server and Microsoft Access from the Microsoft company. So big companies have come out with a commercial relational database management system or the software. In addition, several open source systems such as MySQL are available. Open source systems are available, students. In case of RDMS, it is MySQL. The relational data model and SQL. Point number 1. Okay, so SQL is a software for implementing the relational database management system. Point number 1. Because of the importance of the relational model, more time is devoted to this model and some of the languages associated with it. Students, along with the relational data model, we are going to study the language. Okay, in particular, we are going to study structure query language. Point number 2. Chapter 8 and 9 from the textbook describe some aspects of SQL. SQL stands for Structured Query Language. This is what we have studied in the DBMS languages in chapter number 2, which is comprehensive model and language that is standard for commercial relational DBMS. Additional aspects of SQL will be covered in the other chapters. So what is very important that we'll cover as a part of syllabus. Next, the relational algebra and relational calculus. Student, chapter number 6 from the textbook covers the operations of the relational algebra, that is going to be our part of syllabus, and introduces the relational calculus. These are two formal languages associated with the relational model. Point number 4. The relational calculus is considered to be the basis for the SQL language, and the relational algebra is used in the internals of the many database implementations for the query processing and optimization. Students, the relational calculus, lays the foundation or basis for the SQL language that we are going to study, and the relational algebra will help us in giving the standards platform for database implementation for the query processing and optimization. Sections of the chapter in the relational data model. So what we are going to study in this chapter 5, that is the relational data model. In this chapter, that is 5th chapter, the relational data model, we concentrate on describing the basic principles of the relational model of data. Point number 2. We begin by defining the modeling concepts and notations of the relational model in section 5.1. Point number 3. Continuing the sections of the chapter relational data model, section 5.2 is devoted to the discussion of the relational constraints and that are considered an important part of the relational model and are automatically enforced in most relational DBMS. So students, section 5.2 is devoted to the discussion of relational constraints. Here we are talking about the constraints, and that are going to be very important part of the relational model and which are going to automatically enforce the most relational DBMS, database management systems. Section 5.3 defines update operations of the relational model, and here we discuss how violations of integrity constraints are handled and introduces the concept of a transaction. Students, in section 5.3 we are going to carry out update operations of the relational data model. What are the update operations? Update operations are there where data in the table is updated. So insert operation, where we insert the new information or new record, so that is update, also one of the update operations. Delete is also, if one person leaves the company, one employee leaves the company, then his record or his information must be deleted. So delete operation. If a new person joins the company, his information must be added to the company database, and that is what we do with the help of inserting the information of the new employee. Next, third operation is update operation or modify operation. Sometimes the information related to the company employee changes. For example, he has a new child, then the dependents aspect should be increased by 1. Or sometimes salary of the employee increases, or sometimes the employee moves from one department to another department. So information is modified or changed, and that is why we have got third operation along with the insert, delete is the modify operations. Students, today we have studied or we have begun the new topic or the new chapter number 5, the relational data model. Today we have just introduced ourselves to this new chapter, and we will cover this chapter in the coming sessions. Students, I will be sending PDF of this. Please write it in the notebook, and if you got any doubts, you can give me a call. Thank you.